Hi, my name is Steve Hughes. I'm currently living with ALS. Here's another video about some of my experiences. So today we're working on traversing through the airport. Traveling with ALS can be a challenge, especially as you start to develop weakness in your legs, like it did in my case. I have no arm functionality, so that's where my ALS started. Well, what you find out really quickly is you have a variety of struggles. So at this point, we were in May of 23, and we were planning to, my wife and I were planning to go to Jacksonville, speaking at an event. You can check out a different video on speaking with ALS, but I really wasn't sure how this would go. So we had seen a few sites where people talked about traveling with ALS and looked at some of the information and actually watched a YouTube video of a guy who basically took the exact same chair or pretty close to my chair through the airport and security and all those pieces. So we got to kind of understand what they do to help us. So part of that process is we started out with, let's do the research. I encourage all of you to do the research. We then figured out that we need to let Delta know, and Delta actually has an online form, and they're pretty good about it. At the end of the day, we checked in, and when we let them know, hey, we're going to be traveling with the wheelchair, we're taking it through the airport, it's an electric wheelchair. They asked, the basic thing to check on is battery because of lithium battery problems, and we don't have one of those, so it worked out. We basically checked with them. They gave us a cool tag for it, which was kind of fun. We already had all the instructions and everything else ready to go for them, so it was pretty straightforward. If you're going to travel with something like that, definitely do your research first. So once we got checked in, the wheelchair was tagged, and we were ready to go. Next up was security. So I'm like, well, what's it going to be like to go through security? The first time I traveled through security with a walker, I thought was like, okay, well, how's that going to go? But that seemed pretty straightforward. So in my case, I can still get up and walk short distances. So we had pre-check. We brought the chair up there. They had me roll it through so they could check it for explosives or whatever else they check for. And then I walked through the scanner, and we were able to get right back in and get going. Pretty straightforward. We were through security pretty quickly. Granted, we were using our local airport to do that here in Lexington, so that made it, there were no lines. It was pretty easy to work through the process. So now I have my wheelchair in the airport. Well, we didn't know if we were going to take it apart or anything like that. I was able to take my wheelchair down to the end of the jetway and collapse the seat, and they took it and they checked it like a stroller. So now I'm, just like all the kids. I have a stroller check, and then it's going to be there. So we had to connect in Atlanta. So that was one of those big questions. Okay, so how's that look when we get to Atlanta? Turns out that Delta has an entire team of people dedicated to helping those of us with accessibility needs in Atlanta. They were able to get it off right away. They were taking pictures of it to make sure there's no damage before and after, and they handled the chair just perfectly. It was ready for me at the end of the jetway. So when it was time to deplane, I got out and went right to my chair, and I had my chair for the layover in Atlanta. Same thing, checking it back in, really no big deal. You see in some of the pictures, I was racing everybody. Fun. We were, they were on the moving walkways, and I was riding along beside them. So it was just, in general, it was just a really pleasant experience. It made it, for me, going through the airport itself, really easy. I was really, really glad that everybody participated the way they did in helping us. We were able to get through the final place. What I did find out was that some airports, like Jacksonville, they were uncomfortable bringing my chair down to the entrance, so I got a wheelchair out. They actually had to push me out the jetway because there was no way I was walking that far, and they got me out and transferred to a chair, and it all went really well still. So all in all, what I would tell you is that if you choose to do this, I would encourage you, don't limit your life based on how you're doing or how you're feeling. Work with all the people in your life, your caregivers and people that you travel with that really help make this happen. and enjoy what you can, because every day is a gift from God, and all we can do is say thank you to all the people who helped make the travel experience a great experience and made it easy for me and my wife to work through all the pieces. The the people on the airline, on the airplane, the flight attendants also were super supportive and really helped my wife out as well, which was huge because really needed her to be able to also manage a lot of bags and things in the process. So all in all, everybody stepped up and helped. It was a great experience. And I thank Delta, the TSA. Yes, I did thank the TSA for just helping this go smoothly throughout our travel. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If so, give it a like, share it, tell other people. Don't be afraid to travel, no matter what you feel like you're able to or not able to do. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.